Welcome back here to the frozen lake of San Moritz. It is day 2 of the 41st edition of the Snow Polo World Cup. Makaj playing against Investec in our first game of the day. Both sides, they were defeated yesterday, so they are not in with a chance of being in the final on Sunday, but a lot still to play for the third and fourth place playoff. That will take place tomorrow as well, and both these sides very much still in with a chance. My name is John Kent, delighted to be here commentating with you throughout the weekend. As we look today, the one change from the lineups you see there, Lovie Bay. She is playing in place of James Bay. So, two brothers and a sister, the Bays, lining up. Garvey and Jovi joined with Lovie Bay today, and of course Alfredo Bagatti returning to the lineup as well. Just waiting to see the Investec side coming out in the white as well, as we have a look there on the screen as well. What a moment this is for James Bay, you see, and his family. James, who played so well yesterday, and he will be absolutely delighted to see Lovie Bay playing today. We wondered yesterday whether it could be half and half, so we could well see James out in the second half. We will wait and see on that. But I'd say welcome to all of our viewers around the world. Do let us know where you're watching from. We are across the social media channels. Polo Line OK on Instagram, Polo Line Int on Facebook, and of course Polo Line TV on YouTube as well. Delighted to be bringing you all of these games live. The crowd, it is warming up here. Expecting about 15,000 people here over the 3 days on the weekend. Yesterday, very much the warm-up in terms of the crowd coming in. Saturday, Sunday, the big 2 days here on the frozen lake. So as we see Mansour there, the father of Carlos Alberto Mansour. Great to see him here this year talking to James Bay. And what a conversation that must be about how great it is to see their children playing. And there you see Carlos Alberto Mansour. Just waiting to see exactly what shirts they're playing in. They did slightly confuse us yesterday with 3 number 1 shirts, but it's looking like they are going to have their numbers correctly on the back today. 4 players from Brazil. We were saying yesterday, it's a long way from the Copacabana, the conditions of Brazil, but they really put up a great showing against, for many of the pre-tournament favourites in Standing Rock. And before we do get this first game underway, we are just going to show you some of those highlights from a brilliant opening day on the snow from yesterday. So what an opening day that was on the snow yesterday. As I was saying, Makaj, they played in a really close opening game up against FlexJet. They were right in there, half a goal down, which may well have been enough had they kept that half goal distance to get to the semi-finals today, but a last second penalty left them 1.5 goals down at the end. And then the Investec side playing against Standing Rock, many people's favourites for this year. They were just getting a little bit acclimatised to the snow early on, missed a couple of penalties, and it was a long way back, but they closed it to just a 2-goal deficit at the end. They really were playing some good polo out here on the snow by the end. We will introduce both sets of players now for you, and then we will take you through the rules of the snow version of the game as well. But it is Investec out there in the white shirts playing against Team Macaj in the black. So now you see riding in front of you is Lovey Bay. Great to see her out here playing today. James Bay, he played yesterday. We'll wait to see if he comes back out in the second half. Jovi Bay playing there at number 2, the captain of this side. Playing in the number 3 shirt, his brother. Speaking to him before the game, Garvey Bay. And at back, the number 4 previous winner of this tournament is Alfredo Begatti, the 7-goal player from Argentina. So playing against them today, just confirming the lineup before they came out. You see in the number 1 shirt, we will call them forward individually here. My co-commentator Jan-Erik Frank on the far side. He's first called forward the number 3, Carlos Alberto Mansur, playing at number 2. Well, I think actually it's actually the number 1, Marcelo Camargo. And out there in the number 2 shirt, that is Guilherme Lins. And playing in the number 4 shirt is Jose Moreira. So those are your 2 sides. Slight change, as we were saying there, on how they were in the lineup. But as you can see in front of you, Lovey Bay, Jovi Bay, Garvey Bay, the sister and her 2 brothers, Alfredo Begatti, playing against Marcelo Camargo, Guilherme Lins, Carlos Alberto Mansur and Jose Moreira. Your umpires, Tim Bowen, Charles Seville, Oliver Ellis, the 3rd man in the stand. 14 goals then, Macaj playing against the 16 of Team Investec. So it is a goal and a half on the board to get the game underway for Investec. So warm welcome to those, if you're unable to join us yesterday, 4 chuckers out here on the snow. You don't change ends after every goal, you change at the chucker or at the half, depending on where the ball was, as Lovey Bay comes across, and there is an early whistle on the field. Lovey Bay thought she had the right to go in. We will see the instant replay here on the screen, and you see here the Brazilians had it under control. That was Guilherme Lins, and across came Lovey Bay. So goal and a half for Macaj, defeated by a goal and a half yesterday. That left them just a goal out of being the best placed losers of the day. That went to, in the end, to Team Azerbaijan, Land of Fire. But here now come the Brazilians. Moreira sending it now to Mansur. Mansur with the shot down the ground. Lins and Camargo not far away, and it will be Lins with the open backhand, but just wide to the right-hand side. So an early chance there for Team Investec. So the schedule of the day, this our opening of 3 games, and we will then see at 12:15 scheduled local time, the first of our semi-finals. FlexJet playing against St. Moritz before Standing Rock take Azerbaijan, Land of Fire in the second semi-final. Now Investec, Mansur hooked out of it there by Begatti. Now Begatti looks to go. It goes up in the air. Waiting at the front is Lovey Bay, and there's another whistle on the ground. Camargo it was, this time just coming across. Strong play by Begatti. So as you see there on the instant replay, it was Begatti who sent it high up into the air. Coming across was Camargo. So a great day here, the second of our 3 days. It's a little bit warmer today up here in the Polo Line at Tower. Big shout out to all the teams behind the scenes, whether it's the Polo Line team, Rito Garenze and his team over on the far side, and of course all of the grooms putting so much work into bringing these horses out here. And it is Alfredo Begatti with the penalty. Look at that. These aren't easy, the 40-yard penalties, but that is about as good a penalty as you will see. And Alfredo Begatti, he makes it 2.5 goals to nil. That 1.5 goal on handicap added to there with a beautiful penalty, Alfredo Begatti. So players back in the centre of ground. Remember, ends do not change like they do on the grass version of the game. After every goal, they do change and make sure it's 2 chuckers going each way. It's here now again with the Brazilians. It's there now with Lins. Lins Beaten to it there. Good play by Jovi Bay, but still Guilherme Lins. Here he goes. Moreira's coming in behind. Lins will leave it to his fellow Brazilian. Moreira's with the shot up towards the goal. It's rolling close, but it needs finishing off. But great defensive play by Garvey Bay. Garvey now looking to run. Across there in front of him came Camargo. Beautiful backhand by him. What a play by Investec, and the goal is scored. And the Investec crowd really enjoying that one on the far side. Wonderful backhand played by Camargo. Putting it right in front of the goal mouth. Still a lot of work to do there. Have a look at this instant replay. The action looking superb, as you see now. That is Lins with the little flick shot through the goal. And 1.5 goals separating them again. Picked up now by Jovi Bay. Jovi looking to run. He's being chased by Moreira's. Jovi Bay has a look behind him. Takes the approach shot. Just got caught in the wind there, and it falls here now for Moreira's on the turn. Moreira's looking to see where Lins is, but beaten to it by Bagatti. Bagatti, the Argentinian, taking on the Brazilians. As across again it comes Garvey Bay. Jovi Bay, he's in there as well. Lovi Bay waits at the front as it falls here for Alfredo Bagatti. Bagatti leaves it here now for Garvey. Garvey into the pony, deflects out behind him. Who's going to turn first? It's Garvey getting there once again with the backhand, looking for Bagatti on the turn, but they're all beaten to it by Carlos Alberto Mansur. Mansur sending it down the ground. Out in front goes Camargo, but good defensive play by Bagatti, just slows the Brazilians down as it's picked up again by Lins. Lins looking for Mansur at the front, and a whistle on the ground, but what a start we've had to the opening of our forward chuckers out here. As we have a look at the instant replay again, you saw it was good play by Investec, just setting it up, sending it down at the ground, and Garvey thought he had the right to come across. And as the players go off and change, as they do at the halfway point of each of our chuckers. So as I say, a really, really mild day in comparison here on the lake. But the conditions, they have been perfect. For those who remember watching a couple of years ago, you know, it got a little bit too warm and the tournament was played by a penalty shootout, but there was no fear of that this year. The snow has been falling, the ice is thick enough. 1,800 meters above water, the peak of the St. Moritz resort here. We are about 1,000 meters here on the Polo Lake. The pitch, for those wondering, it's about 220 meters long, 90 meters wide, and what a setting it is. I do encourage anybody who is able to tomorrow or today, if you're around in the local area, make your way here. If you're thinking about it next year, make this a date in your diary. One of the most magical weekends, the most amazing location in the polo calendar. And some real talent out here as well. We'll be seeing Palon Sterling, of course, Nico Pierres. He's out here on the ice as well. Max Charlton and Nacho Gonzalez, multiple time winners. The Laplacettes, the cousins, coming against each other in the second semi-final as well. There's so many subplots to this day, as you see there. The penalty shot, and that is sent straight through by Guilherme Lins. His second goal of the day, and Investec closed the gap to half a goal. And the players come back to the centre. So, coming through at speed, look at Bagatti. He wasn't going to let that one go, and Alfredo Bagatti, his first chance to run here. Alfredo Bagatti into the 20 with the tap. Alfredo Bagatti, what a score there. And he came straight through that lineup at the front and took it there. And that is goal of the day so far by Alfredo Bagatti and Macage, the Canadian apparel brand, the beautiful clothing range. They lead now 3.5 goals to 2, and Alfredo Bagatti came absolutely flying into that lineup. So end-to-end polo here in the opening of our 4 chuckers. Each chucker 6.5 minutes long here on the snow. As it's here with Lovi Bay. Lovi hooked out of it well there by Camargo. Camargo now looking to run through. Leaves it for Moreira's. Moreira's just scoops it up towards Bugatti, who can't quite get a play on it. So Moritz still. Now Moritz goes. The number 4s come together as Moritz to the right-hand side of awaiting Garvey Bay. Moritz, how about that? What an opening chucker. These teams going blow for blow out here. And this time it's the turn of Moritz coming through quickly. And Investec, they've got a pretty noisy audience over on the far side. They bring it back to within half a goal. And look there how he just kept it for right-hand side of Garvey Bay, not letting him come close to it. So, half a goal in it. 1.5 minutes remaining here in this opening of our 4 chuckers, and they're gone again. Investec, we did say yesterday, so often in the opening years for these teams, they come out on the first day, don't always start the quickest, but really coming into it now on the second day as Lovey Bay just hits it over the boards there. And when the ball goes over the boards, they do take it back to the centre of the ground, so that will be a roll in the centre. They will wait for the players there in black, Makaj, and we are underway again. Picked up out the back here by Mansour. Mansour just brought away from him, and there is Jovi Bay. Jovi Bay looking for Lovey. Lovey just left the ball behind, but Garvey is there. Garvey with the long shot down the ground, looking for his sister, Lovey Bay. Lovey, the backhand into the crowd, but it's picked up here now by Linz on the turn. Linz beaten to it well by Garvey Bay. Garvey looking for Jovi. Jovi now with the tap, takes it up. Jovi Bay can be really dangerous from this type of position as he takes it out left. Big bump and a ride off as it's taken now towards the back. Picked up again here by Bugatti. Bugatti now, Makaj want to go again. Lovey, can she find the ball? There goes the first buzzer, the whistle just afterwards. That will bring an end to this opening chucker. I'll just wait for confirmation, but it was bell first. I believe it was, as the players do go off and change. So the end of the first of our 4 chuckers, and a great chucker out here on the snow. The 41st edition of the Snow Polo World Cup. We'll be back very shortly, live on Polo Line TV.
Beluga Vodka.
So welcome back here for the second chucker. Players coming back on the field. And it is going to be a penalty from the centre of the field. Lovey Bay, she had the near side play. Coming across on the offside, and look at this crowd coming in today. The champagne is already flowing on the far side. I can see the Makaj tent in the background. The US Polo ASSN, great to have them this year, supplying all of the kit and the sponsorships as well. You see on the side of the field as well, the likes of Via Sandy, Premier Jouet, FlexJet, San Moritz, Investec, the Land of Fire, Azerbaijan, and of course as well, Standing Rock for Fair Play Initiative at Philippe Muller and his team. Speaking to David Morley yesterday, they are delighted to be here as well, putting that brand out and everything they stand for. Such a great mission. The Fair Play Award at Philippe Muller, amazing cocktail party that they put on as well in the village of San Moritz last night. Back on the action. The sharp-eyed amongst you will notice the ends do now change. So, Investec favour ball at the halfway line. And it is going to be Moritz. Moritz sends it long, down the ground, looking for Mansour. Good play there by Lovey Bay. Wonderful defence. And it's backed away by Bugatti, but quicker on the turn was just in time. Moritz again being chased by Jovi. Jovi Bay waiting tightly. There is Moritz with the shot towards the goal, but it's just left a little bit short. And Bugatti, he will bring it away. Bugatti under pressure straight away from Mansour. And I tell you, this Investec side look absolutely transformed in terms of confidence on the snow today. And they have started unbelievably well in this game, but good play in defence there by Garvey. Garvey just over the top. The backhand played. Through comes Mansour. Good defence there by Jovi Bay, stopping Mansour just as the goal was beckoning, as it's brought away here now by Alfredo Bugatti. Bugatti sends it long down the ground. Backed there by the number 4, Moritz. Brought away here now by Camargo out in front. Camargo being chased by Garvey Bay. Garvey, good defensive play by Garvey Bay, but the pressure, it is relentless at the moment by Investec, and White is sent down now, looking for Guilherme Lins. Lins hooked out of it well by Bugatti. There now is Camargo. Camargo right in front of the goal mouth. We've seen them score from a similar play before, but wonderful defence by Garvey, and Garvey sends it to his brother Jovi. Jovi looks for his sister Lovey. Wonderful play between all of the Bays, but it's just gone out right, and it's there again with Jovi Bay. Jovi just left it behind. Brought away now by Guilherme Lins. Lins takes it to the right-hand side. To the right hand, unable to get there was Garvey Bay, but Bugatti just got a little touch. Not enough though, as he has to come back again on the near side to be picked up here by Lins. Lins in front of Lovey Bay. Lovey comes across, unable to get anything there as Lins sends it down the ground, looking for Mansour again. Mansour leaves it for Moritz. Moritz just into the crowd, but it's come again here for Mansour. Mansour to the left-hand side of Jovi. Jovi puts on the pressure, but taken out the air. Moritz with the shot. Ooh, let's have a look. The flag is waving, but wait, I don't think it was a goal. I think I went wide to the right-hand side, so the music is playing, but I think it's just gone wide to the right. So they will say no goal, no goal. So it remains 3.5 goals to 3. Bugatti brings it away. Great to see the honesty there by Investec. Straight away signaling that it went wide, but they come again. Oh, great defence. Wonderful defence there by Garvey Bay. And coming across in front of him was Moritz, but Garvey Bay did really well there. As we have a look at the instant replay, see this one came straight back here. Garvey had to take that, and he did. There were 2 players in white coming down that line if he'd missed it, but Garvey really well there in defence. And they will have the penalty, and it looks like from the centre of the field. So here comes Bugatti. Bugatti leaves it now to Garvey. Garvey sends it up high into the air. Watching it there at the front is Jovi Bay. Jovi under pressure there from Lins. Good play by Lins in defence, who's able to bring it around in front of Bugatti. Bugatti just waiting there as it was sent down the ground. At the back there is Garvey. Garvey Bay with the backhand looking for Bugatti again, but he's ridden out of it well by Moritz. Moritz now looking to get there on the near side, but Bugatti so strong. Previous winner, of course, of this tournament. Oh, they all come down, and it's brought away there by Camargo. Camargo giving it now to Lins. These 2 have combined for a goal already today, as Lins now taking on Garvey Bay. Still now with Lins. Gives it to Moritz. What a team score. What a play by Investec. All of them working together there, and they get themselves in the lead for the first time today. 4 goals to 3.5. And that was a great team goal by the Brazilians. As you see here, Lins just flicked it through, picking it up Moritz, and Moritz, as you see the players go off and change halfway through the second chucker. This game flying by here, and it's 4 goals to 3.5. So 3 games here on the ice this afternoon. You've got us here in this first game. Neither of these sides, both these sides defeated yesterday, so unable to reach the showpiece final tomorrow, but that third, fourth place playoff, that is very much a possibility for both of them. And then the semi-finals, we get our first semi underway at about 12:15, so pretty much following this contest, our first semi-final will be played between FlexJet taking on San Moritz, so Pelon Sterling taking on Nico Pierres. Really excited to see that one, Nico's first year out on the snow. And then the second semi-final of the day, that will be Philip Muller and his Standing Rock side. 3 of them winners last weekend in Kitzbühel in Austria. They've come, and Max Charlton has joined them in this 4-person version of the sport, and they will be playing against 2-time winners Land of Fire Azerbaijan, yesterday's best runners-up. That will pit cousin against cousin in the La Placettes. But still in this game, just over 2.5 minutes remaining in the second of our 4 chukkers. And the ball goes back in play. Lovi Bay beaten to it there by Camargo. Camargo doing really well there, playing so strongly off that 2-goal handicap as Bagatti gives that left to Garvey. Garvey now sends it up in the air looking for Jovi. Jovi Bay and Moreas coming together. There's a whistle on the ground. Jovi feeling like it was his. Moreas feeling like Jovi, had to go on the near side, and we'll see what the umpires pick out of it. Charles Seville out there pointing. Have a look. There's a good pass down there as it goes up in the air. Did look like that. I would say that Jovi Bay had every right to go for that one, and that is what the umpires are signalling. So, penalty. Let's see where from. 20 yards out. Bagatti, he hit an absolute beauty from 40 earlier on today. And with the wind and the conditions, these penalties are not easy. So Bagatti, 20 yards out, a chance to get his side back in the lead. Bagatti, 20 yards out, no mistake at all. And that is 4.5 goals to 4 now, Mikaj. And this game continues to go back and forth. Couple of whistles early on, but it's been pretty open since then. Just having a look over in the tent, I do see James Bay warming up over there, so I would imagine it looks like James Bay could be coming on for the second half, I'd imagine in place of Lovi Bay, but we'll just wait and see. Still plenty to come here in this second chukkers. It's here now with Lovi. Lovi with the tap up towards Bagatti. Still though comes Jovi. Jovi looking to get there. The whistle is blown again. And it's going to be another one in favour of Mikaj. So let's have a look here at the instant replay. Good play there between Lovi and Jovi Bay. And then 2 players in white just crowded out the Mikaj player, so that will be a spot hit penalty in favour of Mikaj. Mikaj winners of this tournament back in 2024. That was the year where it was a penalty shootout tournament, as it's sent long down the ground there by Bay. Now here with Jovi Bay. Jovi Bay coming across there on the near side. It was good positioning there by Guillermo Lins. He did put it through the goal, but whistle had gone, and that one will go in favour of Investec, you would imagine. Let's have a look here on the instant replay. Bagatti hit the backhand, and yeah, you see there picking out the line quickly. It was Guillermo Lins in front of Jovi Bay. And it looks like it's going to be a penalty from the centre of the ground here for Investec. Delighted to have Investec. They've had their names on the board, but as a team out here, and very well supported as well. Last year's winners for Kushnap practice, Eduardo Greggi. Such a supporter of this event. Not back here playing this year. We loved having Eduardo. And the atmosphere that the Kushnap practice crowd and those beautiful cream white jackets every year they brought to the event. So there will be No repeat winner this time round, but plenty of past winners on the lake. As it's sent up high, down at the ground by Linz, looking for Moritz. Moritz beaten to it by Bugatti. Bugatti called off by Garvey Bay. Garvey now with the shot out, appealing for the foul. So having said a couple of minutes ago how open this game has been since then, just a little bit of whistle coming into the play. As we'll have a look again at the instant replay, try and pick it out. It was Bugatti. Initially did well in the defence, given there to Garvey Bay. And that will be a penalty in the centre for Makaj. Minute and a half to go here in this first half. So here now comes Bugatti. Bugatti tapping it through, coming through hard. Look at this by Alfredo Bugatti. Bugatti, he is one of those past winners that I mentioned. Bugatti beaten to it though, and a wonderful backhand played by, I think that was Moritz at the back. Moritz now gives it to Mansour. Mansour aiming for the polo line tower, hits it up and high. That will be a throw-in from the centre of the ground. It can be a tactical play, sometimes hitting it over, but I think he just put too much height on that one this time round. As the players line up in the centre, waiting for the gap. Bugatti, we saw him come through and pick up a ball and score a great goal earlier on in this game. Bugatti, can he repeat the trick? Waiting with him is Moritz. That's where the ball has fallen. Moritz and Bugatti, the two number 4s, and Bugatti it is for Makaj. Time is for call by Garvey Bay. Garvey, now he does get the pass in front of Mansour. Mansour doesn't want to let him go. We've seen how dangerous Garvey Bay is when he gets just an inch of space, but they did close him down successfully. Now watch the play. Oh, they were gone as well. You could see that when I think I heard the first bell go as well. So we just have 30 seconds left here. Oh, look at the speed of Jovi, but just left it. Across now comes Garvey. Garvey appeals to a foul. The whistle has gone, and I would say that is the end of the first half, and what a great first half it has been. Just half a goal separating these two sides in our opening game of the 41st edition of the Snow Polo World Cup. It is Makaj who lead 4.5 goals to 4 against Investec. We're just waiting to get confirmation of that. I thought the bell had gone. As we just wait to get confirmation of that, of whether the bell did go. No, they're going to play the penalty, it looks like. So they'll play the penalty for the half. I actually think that's a rule here, they do, because they do have to change ends. And they will play. And the goal is scored. So that will bring an end to this chucker. So they play out the half no matter what, and Bugatti scores another penalty. So, having said Makaj lead by half, they actually lead by 1.5 going into halfway point. And now we will send you to your adverts at the break, and we'll be back very shortly.
Does anyone actually like being cold? Being tough isn't about suffering through it. It's about knowing better. Knowing when to stay warm and look sharp. Simple as that. These aren't just pieces you wear. They're built to be lived in. Makaj, aesthetics that protect.
So welcome back here for the second half. That goal by Alfredo Bugatti, making it a 5.5 goals to 4 lead in favour of Makaj. They want to be in that third and fourth place playoff in chance of the big prizes tomorrow. The prizes are absolutely wonderful here. So plenty to play off, even if a place in the final not obtainable. And I can confirm it is James Bay out here. James Bay, the father, has come on in place of Lovey Bay. So his father had 2 sons now. As Jovi ridden out of it. Looked a little bit possibly like a sandwich there, but the umpires let it play as it gets sent down the ground now to be picked up here by Camargo. Camargo, good backhand played by Bugatti, and first on the turn is Moritz. Moritz reaching across, and these two, Jovi and Moritz, they've come together a couple of times. And let's pick that one out. So just to confirm there, as you can see on the screen, it is James Bay out here in front of Lovey. So coming through now, spot hit this time in favour of Investec. Through comes Linz, and a appeal on the ground as the players come through. And I would say it will be a close penalty in favour of Investec. So you see that coming through, picking up the line was Linz, and he just got a little bit stuck there, did Garvey Bay. So a spot tip penalty right in front of a goal, and big chance here for Investec to make it a half goal game again. So the penalties have been pretty good today. I think that was ultimately, speaking to the Investec side yesterday, they know they missed a few of these. And that was ultimately, they felt the difference. Oh, just going straight through, and then it bounced against the divot, and it did end up going through. So turning round comfortably in the end, but he would have just taken a second look there just to make sure. But Investec, they have pulled one back, 5.5 goals to 5 here in this third chukker. So players back in. You see James Bay, as we mentioned, back out here. So the ball goes in play. The umpire's just waiting for that gap to clear, and great defensive play here by Garvey Bay. Just dug it out from a little bit of a snow mountain, as it's here again with Garvey. Garvey sends it up, looking for Bugatti. Bugatti, ooh, has to be a little bit careful there, but it just about worked. Now comes James. James Bay coming through at speed. Can he find one of his sons at the front? Just backed away there by Moritz, and turning onto it first is Bugatti. Bugatti. The surface is superb today. Look at that, how the ball just travels so smoothly on this snow as it's left to the left-hand side here. Now with Bugatti. Bugatti to the left-hand side. Gives it good play here by Makaj. Makaj winners back in 2024. Here now with Garvey Bay. Garvey Bay with the pass. Bugatti finishes it off. Wonderful team polo there between Garvey Bay and Alfredo Bugatti. And that goal and a half gap once again in between these two sides. We've seen some great team goals here so far today, and this right up there, Garvey Bay. Perfect pass, just position it there. Still a bit of work to do for Alfredo Bugatti, but the 7-goal player out here, of course, plays in the Triple Crown, the Gold Cup. The high goal season's over in the UK and in Europe as well, as the ball goes back into play. Here now with Bay. Bay hooked out of it by Mansour. There now with Jovi Bay, but it's going to fall for Investec here. And Guilherme Linz. Linz left the ball behind. There again is Garvey Bay. Garvey to the right-hand side of Mansour. Mansour, oh, taken out the air. How about that by Guilherme Linz? Gives himself some space. Looks up the ground. Is this going to be another one of those team goals? Good defensive play. Is there enough? Reaches out. Oh, great defense by Jovi Bay as it's given out to Bugatti. Bugatti just lost sight. Falls again here now for Investec, and this time surely Moritz sends it through, up and high into the mountains, but Cresteran looking on as that ball goes through. The goal is scored, and the whistle as well, which I would say signals the halfway point of this third Shaka Investec. What a score that was. Have a look here. They had a couple of bites at it. Great backhand play, and it's another team goal. And look at how Moritz, boom, through the centre of the goal. So the halfway point of the third Shaka. It is a lot warmer here this morning. We'll see if it gets a little bit colder as the day goes on. Certainly a more mild feeling. Ainsley Saddlery, a big shout out to our sponsors, Ross Ainsley and his team. Many of those saddles out here on the lake this afternoon. Beginning to see players arriving as well to my left-hand side for the first semi-final. The home side, St. Moritz playing against FlexJet. Nico Pierres playing against Palon Sterling. Make sure you are joining us across our social media channels for that one. And then of course the afternoon, the La Placettes cousins coming against each other. Two-time winners, Azerbaijan, Land of Fire, last year's beaten finalists. How they'd love to get back on that winner's podium this year. But still, plenty to come here as it's taken out by Bugatti. Bugatti hooked out of it well by Linz. Across there comes Camargo. Camargo, it's another great pass down the ground, looking for Linz. Linz running away from Bay. Back there with him is Bay. Good pressure in defence. Linz. So I know Camargo with the near side play, and Camargo pumps his fist. They are just having a look, but it looked good from here. The goal is scored, and it is Camargo coming through at speed. And it's another running team goal. Have a look at this one on the instant replay. Good pass initially there, just sent it out left. A wonderful finish on the near side. Ball goes up. There is Mansour. Mansour on the near side, took out of it. There is Mansour again. Mansour looking to run through, takes it out to the left-hand side, just gets up there in the air. Now here with Mansour, slows it down. Good defensive play by Garvey Bay. Bay, lovely defensive near side shot, looking for his brother Jovi. Jovi Bay now with the shot down the ground, looking for James Bay there. Yes, it is Bugatti. Bugatti in front of Linz. Linz has had a really good game out there as Jovi Bay not happy. And the umpires do eventually blow a whistle. And I'm not sure whether they're going to blow for a foul or whether maybe a little bit too said. Let's have a look here. So it was Jovi Bay who had control. He wasn't happy, complaining to the umpires. So let's just wait and see what the umpires have decided here. So just allowing them to have a chat in the middle. And it's going to be in favour of Investec, it looks like. So a technical penalty there given against Jovi Bay. Jovi felt like he had the rights to the ball, but he's left frustrated. It will be Investec to bring the ball away here. And Moritz sending Linz to his left. He's got Mansour and Camargo down the centre. Oh, you can see what he was trying to do there, but it's just left short. And Garvey now to the right-hand side of Jovi. Garvey Bay just got stuck there in the centre of the ground for Bugatti. Bugatti, good play there as he gives it again to Jovi. Jovi looking for his father and brother at the front, and it's Garvey who does get there on the near side as we go into the final minute and a half of this chukker. Garvey Bay with the near side backhand, looking for Bugatti. Bugatti gives it again to James Bay. James Bay punches it out the air with the hook there was Linz. Have a look at that. You heard some shoutings of protest from the tent. They felt like this was a high hook. So you have a look here. It was James Bay who came through got the first one, and yeah, I think that looked like a little bit of a high hook. I'm not sure before whether he didn't punch that one out the air, but either way, it is going to be a close penalty here for Makaj. And this game has been neck and neck, high scoring, good polo, and this could make it 7.5 goals to 7. And Bugatti, true to form today, sends it straight through the centre. The goal is scored, so the players come back to the centre of the ground. I'd imagine we'll have one more play here in this third chukker. So a minute to go. Third of our 4 chukkers, the first of our 3 games. As it's fair with Camargo. Camargo gives it to Mansour. Mansour now looking to take on Garvey Bay, who did really well there again on the near side. It's a really great game at the back, has Garvey. As it's fair now with Moritz. Moritz sending it down to the left-hand side, looking for Guilherme Lins. Lins now slows it down. Good play there by Lins with the shot, the little chip shot. You can see what he was trying to do there, looking for Camargo out the front, but that bell will bring an end to the third chukker. So one left in this one. It could not be any closer. 7.5 goals to 7. Makaj, they lead, and we'll be back very shortly.
It all starts with a flower. Fill your world with wonder.
Whether it's making time pass faster or creating moments that make time stand still, every journey with FlexJet is a timeless dedication to you. From handcrafted artisan interiors on the world's most advanced aircraft to exceptional experiences and enduring memories, you won't just be flown, you'll be moved. Introducing Fractional Jet Ownership by FlexJet.
So welcome back here for our 4th chukker out here in the snow. 7.5 goals to 7. The team in black, Makaj, they lead. James Bay just hooked out of it there by Guilherme Lins. Lins, he's had another really strong game out here, Lins. Good play there by Garvey Bay, looking for his father, James Bay, but just turning around, looking to get there first, and the whistle has been blown. That will be a penalty shot as we have a look here at the instant replay. And yeah, coming across there, as you see on this play, was James Bay. And it's going to be Moritz. Moritz with the shot up into the sky, sent out to the right-hand side, looking here. But coming across and picking it up well there is Garvey Bay. Garvey Bay, the shot down the boards, though, straight back at them, and picked up there by Camargo. Camargo looking to get his side back in front, but clearing it in front of the goal is Alfredo Bugatti. Bugatti now on the near side. No one out in front of him, so he's going to have to go alone here, and he's crowded out quickly, but he's going to get there again. Oh, Bugatti went for the tennis volley. Oh, there's a tumble on the ground. It's off the play, so we'll see what happened. The horse got straight up, lucky to see. They will just give him all the time that is needed as the horse just canters back to the sideline. A bit of a slip on the snow. Onto field comes the emergency snowplow. I'd be pretty surprised if there's any lasting damage done here. And they will go straight off, and I would say come straight back on as well. The horse being taken back to the pony line for the change to happen. It's a really great game at the front, scoring some good goals. Guillermo Lins, really a player who always gives it his all.
Can you come after I come, please? Yeah, you too, yeah. Actually got the horse falling.
Oh, yeah. I think I got one.
With here from the...
So have a look there at the pony lines again. These ponies, they come in, of course, the Kitzbühel tournament was going on last weekend. Allianz as they were out there, but very much for Standing Rock lineup. 3-person tournament over there in Austria. So 3 of them, La Placette, Philippe Müller, Nacho Gonzalez. And you can see there, Pelon Sterling it is. I think they're in the pony lines. Getting ready to come out here with the San Moritz side. His second year out here on the snow. Looked really strong yesterday, that team, with Pelayo Berezzari, Tito Garense. They're going to be up against it today. Nico Pierres and Robert Strom. The duo of San Moritz, they looked pretty strong yesterday as well. And as you see there, the Brazilians in the sideline, watching their side. Half a goal down at the moment are the 4 boys from Brazil. But it has been really great showing by both these sides. Mikaj was so close to being the best placed runners-up yesterday. A last-second penalty put that to a goal and a half distance. Had they kept it to a half, they would have been in the semi-finals today. In the end, Team Azerbaijan, Land of Fire, went through as the best placed runners-up. We just wait to make sure all is okay to continue. I think there's a full 7 players out on the ground at the moment, so we are just waiting for the returning Guillermo Lins, and it will be a drop ball. I think Mikaj were in possession, so I believe they will get it. And as we see Lins jumping back onto his horse here, and we will be okay to continue. There will be presentation here behind the action, so playing for a trophy here as well as the potential of being in the 3rd and 4th place playoff tomorrow. Multiple winners of this tournament, especially in the last game. Team Azerbaijan, Land of Fire, is a team, 2 times winners. Tali Gobelanyev, Elchin Jameli, Rally La Placette in that side, 2 times winners. Nacho Gonzalez, 5-time winner. Max Charlton, 4-time winner. They will be our 3rd and final game of the day. But right now, here come Mikaj again with Bugatti, looking for Jovi Bay to keep it in. Jovi just did manage to keep it in play, but it's come back here for the Brazilians in white. Sent down the ground there by the number 4, Moraes. Across there comes Bugatti. Bugatti turning around quickly, but pulled away now by Mansour, and it's 2-take-1. But Garvey Bay, he's been really strong in defence so far. Garvey coming across there on Vignea's side, looking to turn it around now. Good hook by Mansour. Mansour left and picked up here now by Bugatti. Bugatti takes it left. Here now is Jovi Bay. Jovi Bay on the near side, sends it up and high into the air. as eventually brought out there by the waiting player, and bringing across now is Moritz. Moritz here now. He's got Mansour to his left, but Moritz looks to go himself. Moritz here for Investec. They want to get themselves back in chance, but Moritz just sends it out wide to the right-hand side. That gives Bugatti the opportunity to come onto it. Bugatti out the air, back to Wavo by Camargo. There goes James Bay. Wonderful play by James Bay, but it's beaten to it this time by Moritz. Moritz only as far as Garvey Bay. Now Garvey taps it down in front of him. Garvey's got James in front of him. Garvey Bay now running across there really well. Came Moritz, but Bugatti now, the player from Argentina, taking on the Brazilians. Bugatti with the shot. James Bay had come back, so there with the near side backhand, but Bugatti giving it its all, but this one's going to go wide. It will stay in play. And brought away here now by Moritz. Moritz sends it to the left-hand side of the waiting Jovi Bay. Jovi pushing hard there with Moritz, given here now to Camargo. Camargo with the ball on the near side. Good flick backhand there, but turning first as we hear the whistle go. I wonder whether that may well be just for the halfway point of this fourth and final chukker. Half a goal separating the two sides. So the players make their way back onto the field again for the last few minutes here. See that, the mate being drunk. And with the ball now from the spot, it was in possession of the team in white, so Investec, they will come again. So welcome to all of our viewers around the world as we just come out and play the last few minutes here of the opening of our three games, the two semi-finals to follow. What a day we have here at the 41st edition of the Snow Polo World Cup here on the lake of San Moritz. As the near side backhand played, Makaj pick up the ball there with Bugatti. He's got a lot of players to contend with here, but again, just out of a screenshot, you will see Garvey Bay just hanging out the back, just making sure nothing's easy. But what a pass, they're gone again. All the umpires spotted that one, we did as well, up here in the Polo Line Tower. And as I was there singing the praises of Garvey Bay, just playing that flanker position in the back, and that is what stopped the goal. You can see here, look at him pick up the line quickly, had to go near side there, did Mansour, and that would be a spot tip penalty in favour of the black shirts of Makaj. 2.5 minutes away now. Garvey, long drive down the ground, but it just got caught in the air, and it will stay in play for Bugatti. Bugatti spinning it around quickly. Still here with the waiting player. Garvey had met Bugatti. Bugatti spins it round. Waiting there on the near side, taking it away from him is Moritz. Moritz sends it down the ground quickly and picked up here again by Garvey Bay. Garvey Bay takes it down the ground. He's got his father, James Bay, in front. And what a play by Garvey Bay. He's been fantastic out there today. As Garvey Bay just gets fair in front of him, though, was Mansour. Mansour, Investec, the crowd on the far side. You've been hearing them cheering. Oh, Begatti. Oh, look at that by Begatti. And that gives them a reason to cheer as it's sent down the ground now for Garvey on the near side. Garvey picking it up. Now James Bay plays the defence. Garvey Bay with a shot towards the goal. Across comes Mansour. He has to get there again, and he does. They know if they concede now, it's going to be game over. It's right down the doorstep. Open defence, desperate defence. Wonderful defence, I should say, as it's picked up as the crossbar came at Garvey Bay, and with a minute and a half to go, half a goal separating, what way will this decision go? Really interesting to see which way this one it goes. So it sounds like, just listening, they're going to say there were 2 fouls committed. The first foul has been given in favour of Investec. I think, yes, Investec. So 2 fouls committed. The first one will be in favour of Investec. And it's sent long left, down at the ground, looking here for the waiting. Ooh, in came Bay. In it came at Jovi Bay there. And I don't think he had any right to be there. As you see, the umpires blow the whistle. We'll see if we get an instant replay on that. We could see it from up here in the tower. Investec had clear possession of the ball. And we'll see where they place the ball. It does look like it's just going to be from the halfway point. So a minute and a half now to go. And it is a penalty from the centre. Do let us know if you are joining us on Facebook exactly where you are watching from. As it's sent long. Oh, what a shot that is. Right on the doorstep, Linz. He's looking for, oh, good defensive play, but danger not yet over. Camargo with the backhand. He will get back there himself. Good defensive play again, though, by Garvey Bay. The open backhand. It's going to land just wide to the right-hand side. What a chance that was for Investec, but great defensive positioning and discipline by Makaj. And they will have the ball on the back line, and we're going in now to the final minute of this contest. 7.5 goals to 7. Makaj lead. They still have a chance of being in that 3rd and 4th place playoff tomorrow. That is the aim for the team in black. As it's sent to the right-hand side, down the ground. There again, though, that one hasn't quite worked for Moritz with the open back, and now Makaj, they're desperate for that bell to go, and they're going to have to do one more defensive play here. Moritz with the shot, there's Camargo. Camargo with the shot, oh, he's done it! He's done it! Have Investec won it with the last shot of the game. Unbelievable! Unbelievable, the boys from the Copacabana, the Brazilians. I think they've won it with the last shot of the game, and what a goal it is as well. He knew he had to hit it. He had to go. And Camargo with the shot straight through the centre. Oh my days, what a game this has been. 8 goals to 7.5. Is the full story written? We will see. Camargo comes again, shot down the ground. They've got to be quick. They know they've got to go, and it's gone over. I think it came back off the foot. No, they'll play on. They're going to play. It's no... I didn't think they were going to let them get away with that one. It got deflected back on the field from the audience. The bell has gone. Oh, there was a tumble off the ground. Oh, I didn't see what had happened there. Camargo, he'd gone off. That one was off the play. I was watching the ball being deflected back on. I think the whistle had gone. So let's just wait and see exactly what the umpires pull us back through. So I think they've said game. They've said game, so this final score, I was just waiting to get confirmation of that. The end of the game. So, a fool, I am glad to see he is back up on his feet there. Camargo having scored the winning goal in the last second. He made it 8 goals to 7.5, and it is the Brazilians, the boys from the Copacabana. They came here playing against the father, son. We should give Lovi Bay the daughter as well. I mentioned it was great to see them back out here, and they've come so close in both of their games. But that will leave Macaj in the 5th and 6th place playoff. We'll wait and see who they play, because there is so much exciting polo to come this afternoon out here on the lake. The first of our 2 semi-finals, that one's scheduled to get underway as we have a look at the instant replays here, the highlights beforehand. There's some great goals out here. This one was coming through there early on in the day. Oh no, this actually looks like highlights from yesterday as we're talking about the semi-finals. I thought that was the La Placette cat coming through. So as we're back here now once again on the snow. I think we are now going to get the highlights of this game, but as I mentioned, as we just wait for those 2 semi-finals to follow, as we do now have the highlights of this game. As you see here, an early goal. That's a great finish there at the front. It was Linz, Guilherme Linz. He had a great game out there. The number 2, Bugatti, this was fantastic, taking it out the line out, just speeding through. We saw Max Charlton score a very similar goal yesterday, powering through on his own out in front. This time it was Bugatti. Another good goal. Investec, they really had their eye in right from the beginning of this game. Going in between 2 defending players there was Moritz with the score that time round. This one here, I think it's going to be a pass down the ground again. You're going to see coming through at speed there, picking it up, finishing on the near side once again, Moritz. This one looks like the goal scored by Alfredo Bugatti, picking up a great pass. Macaj there, as I say, they really did have a great game, but unable just to see it out in the end. The last second goal scored by Camargo it was. You saw another one there, a wonderful score on Venier's side. And so in our first game, it is Team Investec who run out the winners. As we see some stats from the game as well about to appear on the screen in this backdrop before the 2 semi-finals taking place this afternoon. 12:15, the first of those. Ballon Sterling taking the field goals. Talking of the field, Investec, they got 6 of them, just for 2 field goals for Macaj. Investec dominated from the throw-ins. Pretty even on the fouls. Perfect penalties for both sides as well. Very pretty clean game, so a little bit of whistle, but overall a really good running game of polo out here on the lake, and the chucker scoring progression as well. The all important one at the end, despite trailing all the way. Investec got their noses out in front with pretty much the last chance of the contest, and we will be seeing them either potentially in the 3rd or 4th or the 5th and 6th tomorrow. Do not go anywhere. The 2 semi-finals to come here, the 41st edition of the Snow Polo World Cup in St. Moritz, all exclusively live on Polo.